Okay, what's up, chickies? First and foremost, thank you for all the responses that I got. It's much appreciated. And I also want to say that for those who were maybe concerned that I was I don't know, starting to get discouraged and starting to be disappointed with my hair. That wasn't really the case. I was just trying to show, that because a lot of you, always react to my hair in such a positive way and what I'm doing in such a positive way, I'm not one to be about puppy dogs and pigtails and flowers all the time, because that's not life, and it's not reality, and this isn't reality TV. At least my channel isn't. My channel is going to be the realness of going through this journey, and I guess the point is I want to show all of you that I have my good and bad days too, mentally and physically, as I look at my hair. And I just thought it was important to show that side as well, because I want you to know that when you're having a day like that, that it's okay to have those days. Don't take that to mean that you need to quit, or oh, it's too difficult, or that you're starting to reverse your decision. Because think about it. I mean, you still had bad days with perms and weaves, right? I mean, it wasn't all gravy then either. So I guess the point is, I want to use those days to show that choosing to go natural isn't about the fact that you'll never have a bad hair day, and not to use that as a reason to not go natural. And I also wanted to speak on a couple of other topics. One is that recent Tyra show. I keep getting hit with it. I saw one video, and then it's like those videos have been coming into my laptop. I haven't even been searching for it. And then my friend she wrote me the other day and sent me a link to watch the whole show. So I actually watched some of the response videos first before I saw the show. Well, I think like most of you, we found the show to be watered down a bit, and not so pro bad hair or afro hair or natural hair. Let's give it credit. The name of the show was Good Hair, or what is good hair? So in essence, they weren't ever really going to address the other side. It was about how we felt about this hair, and that's exactly what she reported, which I gotta say is a bit of a cop-out, because we would assume if you're going to have a show about what is good hair, that it should somehow lead to disband those myths, not just talk about it yet again with no real ending or a positive ending. I find it interesting in the beginning how she said, where would she use they or the black community, as if she wasn't talking about herself, as far as when they put weaves in their hair, and then she kind of switched it up, but sort of she never really finished it and said, well, I'm talking about me too. When I first started making these videos, I actually had a little clip where I questioned well, I was talking to Tyra directly, saying, okay, you know, well, maybe I should just show you. Miss Tyra Banks. I'm gonna use her. You know, her whole show is centered about, you know, finding your own beauty and the So What campaign and all that. Yet, Miss Thing walking around with, boo, stick straight hair. Well, not all the time. Almost all the time. A couple of times she has some little curly thing. Unless her hairdresser don't know what they're doing. Her hair should be pretty long and healthy up under there, which I assume they probably braiding it or whatever, because we don't really see her hair. I'm pretty sure it ain't mixed up and all that $500 weave, I'm pretty sure. So I have a challenge for you, Tyra Banks. What you looking like? Let's see you in all your glory. I mean, you took your makeup off, you showed us your dimpled butt, what else? Oh, you showed us your Spanx. Like she letting all little secrets come out a little bit. I want to know what's going on up here. Okay, so yeah, even back then, I think that was in my first month or two being natural. I was thinking about that, like, you know, how would society feel about them? How would they feel about themselves if they were natural? And it was just kind of silly to see her on stage, on TV with the cornrows. And you know, it might be her natural hair, but I just find it really amazing that if in fact it is that long, and it looks like it's the growth that we all have, where maybe it's a little shorter. I don't know if she had the cornrows rolled up in the back or not, but you know, you can see it gets thicker and thinner, so she obviously has more hair in the front. But how are you going to do a show like that and then just go back to your normal ho-hum, you know? I mean, I want to call it ho-hum. I mean, her weave is beautiful. I mean, if you like, as far as weaves go. A big part of my channel is trying to disband social myths, which I think 90% of them are within us, within our culture. Most other cultures, I think, at this day and age, could really care less. And we have kind of carried on over those ideas of acceptance, which lead us to do the things that we do. I'm just, I guess because, you know, I'm in this journey like some of you watching me are, and it would have been nice to see her say that she's going to start considering wearing her hair out more. And I find it interesting that she chose the cornrows, because that is a form of taming the hair. And the fact she didn't really speak on her own feelings about it. Now, she threw up her little childhood pictures, like, oh, to the little girl, you know, like, oh, see, my hair's like yours, it's pretty. But just like the girl's mother and Tyra, she's like, you see the way she looked at Tyra, like, oh, you don't look like that now. You know, I mean, I remember being like that as a little girl, when an adult would say something to you and it would be so painfully obvious that they were trying to tell you something that they weren't even doing themselves, and expecting you to just hear their words and believe it and not see their actions as a counter to it. But you know, and as a little girl, she really didn't say anything. It was all in her eyes. I don't know. At the end of the day, it just shows that, you know, we really have a long way to go. We have a long way to go.